held in Detroit. It's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. Detroit Lions taking on Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They've gone a full half season since their last loss, winners of 8 in a row.
And you don't get on win streaks like this without your defense playing a big role. They've created quite an identity, and I know they want and expect this streak to get to 9.
3 quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Vikings offense coming out for the first time, and in his 5th season leading this crew, coming off his 3rd career Pro Bowl nod, Kirk Cousins.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
this forward for about 3 at second down.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Again, it's Cook. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. As you see, they have dealt with their fair share of injuries this season. But, Charles, that hasn't stopped them from putting together a very solid campaign, a very good record thus far.
I think a lot of credit has to go internally. Look, we always want to praise the head coach for holding the team together. But to me, it's the guys in the locker room putting on the uniform. Those starters who've stayed healthy, they've welcomed the backups into their ranks and showed them how to get it done. And this team, they've stayed afloat all season doing just that.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Ryan Wright. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Lions will take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by Malik Willis, the rookie who started his college career at Auburn and finished with the Liberty Flames.
And what an incredible athlete with a cannon for an arm. And he's drawn comparisons to some of the best mobile QBs the league has ever seen. In addition, this is a young man who's learned from his mistakes along the way, prepares really well each and every time now, and he's got an opportunity to blossom in this system.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special ones in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
And he is going to have a Lions first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. The Lions at 11-1 now on the year. And they've gone a full couple of months now since their last loss. Winners of 8 in a row.
And we always talk about how a team has to play complementary football in order to really be a good squad.
And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. That goes for a gain of 31.
One of the things that led this organization to commit to him as a starting quarterback as a rookie, his ability to keep his eyes downfield and make plays out of the pocket. Able to see the receiver while on the move and complete a touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Cousins. He'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Meanwhile, Cousins' throw complete to his receiver, Thielen. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Cousins gives way to Cook. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Now an end around as Cousins will just pop this forward. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line. Second and 5. Cousins. He'll find Thielen working the middle. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And we are tied at 7. So that drive goes 8 plays. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And it was all capped off by Justin Jefferson's touchdown reception. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And for the moment, they're sitting pretty in possession of that number 2 seed. But as we know it often happens, this is all still subject to change.
Oh, you're so right about that. But even though the math isn't there yet, I think it's going to take new math for them not to make the playoffs. They're almost certainly going to be in the tournament and certainly going to be a dangerous team if you have to play against them.
Willis looking to throw on 1st down. He's got this to Williams, complete. And he's going to get this down inside the 5 before he's out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Willis looks to pass it here. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions have moved out in front. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On second down, Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Couple of plays sent them the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Now Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Chase Young in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. As we roll on here in the month of December, week 14 coming up tonight. We got a good one in the AFC West. Get the parkas out, Kansas City and Denver from the frigid Empower Stadium at Mile High. And then tomorrow night you can turn those parkas in for some shorts, golf polos, and flip-flops. Monday Night Football in Arizona. Patriots, Cardinals, 8:15 Eastern. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
And that one blown up quickly. as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. He's got this complete to Williams. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Being chased out left. Willis slides safely, and he picks up the 1st down. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 31. On 1st down, Willis. Touchdown, Detroit! Amon-Ra St. Brown on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns. Charles, every time that he makes one of these plays, I think the front office, they get a bigger and bigger collective smile because they feel more confident that they have found their guy, their future at quarterback.
And they should feel that way. It's obvious he's a big part of why they have such a good record this season. You're right about the bright future as well, and by association, a bright future for the franchise too.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Adam Thielen, he gets set to go again with the rest of this offense. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll try the middle with Cook. He'll get it across midfield down to the 49.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Cousins' throw pulled in by Jefferson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action now. Cousins. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Patrick Queen. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on second and long. Cousins out to the left there and complete to the tight end Hockenson. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, Cousins. That is caught at the 7. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
On 2nd and goal, Cousins. And he's got it. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook from 6 yards away. And the Vikings are back within a score. McLaughlin for the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And the final act of the drive was the touchdown catch by Dalvin Cook. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And there's Williams. What a catch. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. And they're going to speed things up here. Willis will look to throw on 1st down. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he will go out of bounds down at the 15-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Got St. Brown running the quick slant here. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Willis to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. White flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll get this started up in Orchard Park, an AFC's matchup with the Jets in town to take on Buffalo. And it's the Bills who lead that one late in the second quarter. Devin Singletary with a touchdown run. From there, let's head to AT&T Stadium as we check out the Cowboys at home in Dallas. And they've got the lead over the visiting Houston Texans. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And they currently trail the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Geno Smith has thrown a touchdown pass. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? Find out. We give it back to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. Taken at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. We get a look at Amon-Ra St. Brown as his offense readies for the next drive. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. A big play there on the catch and run. 68 yards.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's Willis. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Second down and goal. Willis. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Amon-Ra St. Brown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary all game long. And this time, that was a missile that he threw into the end zone and adding another touchdown to his ledger.
And I think we see these youngsters develop a lot quicker than we ever have because when they get started in this game, they're not just throwing passes around. They're reading coverages early. So now they're like seasoned pros earlier in their career. How about this one here? If they win this ball game, a game ball definitely coming from his head coach.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Vikings offense making their way back out. Now let's give you a look at the playoff picture coming into the weekend in the NFC. A CD after this game, there will be 4 weeks left in the regular season. So this is far from the final version of what we'll see come January, more of a first draft, if you will, as all these teams fight for a better position.
And you pointed it out so accurately there, Brandon. After this game, 4 weeks left in the regular season, and then the playoffs officially begin. But for some teams, trying to fight to make it to the playoffs, they're actually in a playoff push right now.
They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Now Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. They go play action. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Up the middle, it's Cook. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run it again with Cook. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Only a yard on the completion. It's second and goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Isaiah Simmons drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
Jameson Williams and the Lions get set for this next possession. For him, what an accomplishment in this game, surpassing the 2,000-yard mark. And all the time we talk about these guys out wide like him that are so athletic and can do so many things. But take us a little deeper. How has he done it this year?
Well, you helped with this because when we sat down with him before the game and discussed his season, and you said to him, okay, I have a vision that you, similar to a pitcher, change up a lot of things, right? Different arm angles, different slots that a pitcher would do. You do that with your route running and all that. And I loved his response. He said, yeah, I do that. But one of his best friends is a world-ranked tennis player. And he talked about...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jonathan Taylor, 71 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Don't give him stuff.
They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired, too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Justin Jefferson and the rest of this offense, they've got their helmets back on, and they're ready for this next series. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far, he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been that things can really escalate for him. And right now, they feel like they're... But he has found the end zone once. But, boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Cousins. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Meanwhile, Cousins' throw taken in by Hockenson here. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. Cousins. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And out will come the offense as they take over. Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit Lions getting set for another series here. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Back to Taylor on 1st down. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 106 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. 2nd down. Here's Willis. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Willis on 3rd down. The ball comes out. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Patrick Queen able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Cousins to throw it. He'll dump this off to Cook. Short completion, just 4 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. Quickly to Thielen here. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Cousins on 1st down. Slant pass hauled in by Campbell. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Cousins. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Vikings on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. Cousins now. And it's caught. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him a gain of 4. Able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Cook will take this into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. And certainly some credit there for that touchdown goes to the offensive line.
They never get the credit they deserve in the stat sheet, but they are the reason that they got the points. Excellent job up front, clearing the way for the score.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A 10-play drive that time. And it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Touchdown, Detroit! Jameson Williams. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline.
Because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
First down, here's Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Cook. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Cousins again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Patrick Queen able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That ball caught by Campbell. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. They'll run for it. Cook. Room here to run. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. The 4th quarter, it felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a...
And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions stretch this 4th quarter lead even further, and they are closing in on win number 12 of the season. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Only able to gain a couple there, and it's second down. Again, it's Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. They'll look to throw here. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Another shot now for this Lions offense.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you must on 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
2nd down, Willis looks to throw here.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for Detroit, the win moves them to 12-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, it's unfortunately more of the same as they'll fall to 3-10 on the year. And they'll